This is Dabu7, wanting to take you inside of the $100 million penthouse on the 66th floor of Trump Tower. And no, this is not Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. This is exposing sun worship in the occult. And his penthouse is littered with all kinds of imagery. You can see the Masonic pillars. This theme is copied all across this place. It is mirrored in the floor and in the ceiling, literally. As above, so below. And all of this is set off by some interesting detail that I want to share with you. Now in the background, back here on the right, you have a family portrait. They say the siblings, and then a picture of his father, this book worth $15,000, that is sitting here, pillow with his coat of arms. But then we get to the other pictures, and the statues, and the vases. And what it symbolizes is exactly what Trump believes in. You see, on the wall here, the centerpiece is Apollo, the sun god, the son of Zeus, centered between the pillars, dead center, showing his loyalty, showing what he believes is important. Do you know who Eros and Psyche are? Look into the story here. One of the children of Aphrodite. You see, and this love affair ended up peaceful only because of one reason. Because Zeus said it was going to happen and overrid Aphrodite. Now Zeus had a son named Apollo and a twin sister named Artemis. And Apollo was the god of the sun. Sun worship. And what is very telling about this sun worship is that even right here in the headline, they point out that this is Apollo up in this picture up here, led by Aurora, the Greek goddess of the dawn, suggesting that Trump sees himself the mold of Apollo, Zeus's son, one of the most powerful of the gods. All depicted right here, just in this one room. Well, let's move on. Take a look here, and you can see the theme of the pillars is repeated once again. But this is when we start to pick up on some of the murals that are on the ceiling, and they are very interesting. As you can see here, and I've covered this in multiple other videos, we're talking about the Statue of Liberty, looking identical to who? Apollo, the sun god. And who do we have right here with the torch? You cannot see this whole thing displayed in full, but it is pretty interesting if you ask me. Now we go down here to another view. And remember, the last painting that was on the ceiling was over here depicting this. Here we have another setting. See all the pillars. What do we have up here? Well, sure enough, and they even state it. So you know I'm not making this up. Once again, it is Apollo, riding in his chariot across the heavens. So, this man never says it. He never speaks it. He doesn't ever say in public what he has his allegiance to. But it's pretty clear to me by looking at everything he has in his penthouse on the 66th floor. It is laced with sun worship and Apollo. And this goes hand in hand with the Vatican, Egypt, the obelisk, the huge sundial at the Vatican, all of this. The huge sun on a stick that the Pope carries around. Is it all starting to make sense to you now? Zeus, the Pharaoh Zeus. Obama, in one of his main speeches, it was on one of my channels that got eliminated. If you played that main speech backwards, in it, he says, "Hail to the Pharaoh Zeus," showing once again what they worship, who they worship, and of course, his beloved sun god, Apollo. Right here, it's in the wide open. I'll leave links, eyes open.